found my elderly parents shivering outside my house while my in-laws partied inside. My father whispered, "Son, why won't they let us in?" What I did next shattered their lives. Growing up, my parents sacrificed everything for me. Then I met Rachel. She was beautiful, confident, and came from serious wealth. Her family had summer homes and talked about wine like it was a competitive sport. At first, she seemed down to earth. My parents adored her. Mom even baked her a pie the first time they met. Everything changed after the wedding. It started small, Rachel suggesting we host Christmas at our place because it's more modern than my parents' home. Her mom Susan making comments about my dad's car hobby like he was a child. I brushed it off, told myself they just came from different worlds, but it got worse. My parents wanted to move closer after retiring. I helped them find an apartment 10 minutes away. Rachel pretended to be supportive, but she kept using that word, boundaries. My parents never asked for anything. They just wanted family dinners occasionally, a phone call every few days. Then Rachel's parents decided to throw their anniversary party at our house. They took over completely, hired decorators, caterers, even valet service. For days, my house felt like a rental property. I overheard Susan telling a planner, "Move those old family photos. They don't fit the aesthetic." The night of the party, my parents called around 6. "We're outside, honey. Do we come around back?" Before I reached them, a valet stopped them. He looked confused, checking his clipboard. Then Susan appeared with her fake smile. "Oh, they must be mistaken. The staff entrance is around back." Staff. She thought my parents were staff. My mom stood there in her floral dress, holding a gift bag with homemade cookies. My dad leaning on his cane, smiling even as confusion filled his eyes. I was frozen. Rachel ran up, face pale. "Mom, they're his parents." Susan laughed lightly. Goodness, I didn't recognize them in the dark, but she never apologized, just waved her hand and walked away. I brought my parents inside, but it felt wrong. Every photo of my family had been replaced with Rachel's. The whole night, my parents sat quietly in a corner while Susan's friends toasted to success. No one spoke to them except servers. When they left, Dad smiled weakly. "Don't worry, son, we're just proud of you." That should have been the worst of it. But months later, I came home late from work and found another party happening. Music blasting, cars everywhere. And there, sitting on my front steps in the freezing cold, were my parents. My mom's eyes were red from crying. My dad's hands trembled as he looked up at me. "Son, why won't they let us in?" That question shattered something inside me. I helped them into my car, drove them home, then returned to my house. I didn't go inside. I sat in the driveway and started thinking, really thinking. The next day, I went through every document I'd ever signed. Rachel had been handling our finances for years. I never questioned it. Turns out, she'd been adding her mother to accounts, changing ownership paperwork, listing Susan as co-applicant on our mortgage refinance. I called Marcus, an old college friend who's a lawyer. He spent 3 hours reviewing everything. Then he looked up at me and said, "Evan, they've been setting this up for months. They're trying to take your house." My house. The one I'd worked for. The one my parents helped me buy. Marcus dug deeper. He found something beautiful. Susan's LLC had been using my property as collateral for other investments, tax dodging schemes, fraudulent transfers, all documented. I didn't hesitate. I forwarded everything to the IRS and State Financial Bureau. Then I locked down every account, canceled joint cards, moved the mortgage into a protected trust. When Rachel tried to access anything, she found walls. She called, panicking. "What did you do?" "I protected what's mine," I said calmly. The audit moved fast. Within weeks, news broke. Local investors under investigation for fraud. Their accounts were frozen. Properties seized. Their perfect reputation gone. 6 months later, there was a knock at my door. Susan, Martin, and Rachel stood there, looking destroyed. Gray hair, wrinkled clothes, red, swollen eyes. Susan's voice trembled. "We came to apologize. We've lost everything. Please, you have connections now. You could help us." I stared at the woman who'd made my mother feel worthless, who'd left my father shivering outside, who'd called them staff. "You know," I said slowly, "my dad used to fix cars for free when people couldn't afford it. He'd say everyone deserves help, but I learned something he never said out loud. They waited, desperate. You can't help people who keep slashing their own tires." Susan's face broke. "Evan, please." I stepped back. "The staff entrance is around back," and I closed the door. That night, I called my parents. "Come over. I'm making dinner."